Hello everyone, welcome to the history class. Beta, this lecture is also in the continuation of chapter 15 of your book, and name of the chapter is Framing the Constitution. Till now, beta, we have discussed about the framing of Constituent Assembly, the vision of the Constitution, and the dominant voices. So beta, the today's topic will be the will of the people. Beta, a communist member, Somnath Lahiri, saw the dark hand of British imperialism. It means, beta, as you know that this Constituent Assembly it was formed in 1946. Until that time, it was the British rule in India. So he saw the influence of British rule on the Constituent Assembly. He just convinced the members and Indians just to be free themselves from the influences of imperial rule or British rule. It means while framing the constitution, they should be free from any kind of influence of British rule. In the winter of 1946 and 47, as the assembly deliberated, the British was still in India. It means because, as I was telling you, that Constituent Assembly was formed in December 1946, right? And in that assembly, an interim administration headed by Jawaharlal Nehru was in place, but it could operate only under the direction of the Viceroy and the British government in London. So Lahiri convinces his colleagues to realize that Constituent Assembly was British made and was working the British plan as they wanted to work out. So he convinced them just to be free from the British influence. Nehru admitted that most nationalist leaders had wanted a different kind of constituent assembly because अगर किसी country का constitution frame करना है और तो constitution assembly है, it should be free from any kind of influence. It should be free at all. So it was also true in a sense that the British government had a hand in its birth. Yes, because the origin of Constituent Assembly, it was done by Britishers. And even certain conditions were also put on the assembly, that how the assembly had to function. But Nehru said, you must not ignore the source from which that assembly derive its strength. Nehru said that we should know that Constituent Assembly, it had gained its strength from the Indians. So, government do not come into being by state papers. Government are in fact the expression of the will of the people. बेटा गवर्नमेंट होती हैं वो किसी पेपर से नहीं बनती हैं. Government formation means that this is the will of the people, wishes of the people. We have met here today because of the strength of the people behind us. Because अगर आप देखें after 200 years of British rule, now Britishers they were forced to form the Constituent Assembly. So this was the power of the Indians. So the people, they shall go as far as the people, not of any party or group, but the people as a whole. Means जो भी members है Constituent Assembly के, they are not just didn't belong to any party or any group, but they are to work as a team. We should therefore always keep in mind the passions that lie in the hearts of the masses of the Indian people and try to fulfill them. As you know that after the harsh rule of 200 years, now this was the opportunity to form the constitution. So this is the passion that lies in the people of India, and Constituent Assembly had to fulfill that. The Constituent Assembly was expected to express the aspiration of those who had participated in the movement for independence. बेटा जो Constituent Assembly की formation का first step था, that was just because of the strong freedom struggle. So जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूंट असेंबली थी, the main expectation from that to fulfill the aspiration, the desire of the people. Democracy, equality and justice were ideals that had come intimately associated with social struggles in India since the 19th century. As you know that people faces lack of democracy, equality and justice for last 200 years in the British rule. So that is why these were extremely needed in the independent India, in the constitution of India. And even when we talk about the social reforms, they opposed child marriage and demanded that widows be allowed to remarry. They were pleading for social justice. Means, what do we mean by right to equality? It means everybody should have equal right to live his life. That is why the child marriage as well as the child marriage was opposed and widow marriage was should be allowed. When Swami Vivekananda campaigned for a reform of Hinduism, he wanted religions to become more just. जैसा आपको पता है बेटा, अगर आप हिंदू कल्चर की भी बात करते हैं, the casteism that was spread by Brahmins, and even Indian society was divided on the basis of caste system. So that is why Swami Vivekananda, he campaigned that there should be positive changes in the society, in the Hinduism. And when Jyotiba Phule in Maharashtra pointed to the suffering of the depressed caste or communist and socialist organized workers and peasants, they were demanding economic and social justice. आपने सुना होगा बेटा ज्योतिबा फुले के बारे में. शी वॉज द सोशल रिफॉर्मर एंड शी डिड अ लॉट फॉर द अनटचेबल्स, फॉर द लोअर कास्ट पीपल, right? And even so many communists and socialists, they also organized the workers. As you know, at that time zamindari pratha was there, land ownership was there, and means all the land, it was concentrated in few hands. So this was creating the economic inequality. So this socialist and communist, they worked for this. And the national movement against a government that was seen as oppressive and illegitimate was inevitably a struggle for democracy and justice. It और बेटा जो नेशनल मूवमेंट थी हमारी गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के अगेंस्ट, वेदर इट वाज सीन सप्रेसिव, but it was a strong struggle for democracy, justice and for citizen rights and equality. Even if we see, the demand for representation grew. As you know beta, till that time provincial elections were held in the different provinces, but those provincial government, most of the member of provincial government, they were Indian, but they are to work as per the wishes of British government. So now just because of the strong freedom struggle, now British had been forced to introduce a series of constitutional reforms. A number of acts were passed. Those were known as the Government of India Act, like Government of India Act 1919 and 1935, gradually enlarging the space for Indian participation in provincial government. The executive was made partly responsible to the provincial legislature in 1919 and even almost entirely so under the Government of India Act of 1935. So beta, this Government of India Act 1935, it gave huge powers to Indian. And even when elections were held in 1937, the Congress came to power in 8 out of 11 provinces. So this was the way that how Congress was getting significant role in India. So yet we should not see an unbroken continuity between the earlier constitutional development and what happened in the 3 years from 1946. While the earlier constitutional experiments were in response to the growing demand for a representative government, बेटा ऐसा नहीं है कि 1946 से पहले भी बहुत सारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डेवलपमेंट हुई थी, लाइक द ग्रोइंग डिमांड ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव गवर्नमेंट. इट मीन्स कि गवर्नमेंट में इंडियन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होने चाहिए. But these act, Government of India Act 1935, it directly debated and formulated by Indians. Even they were enacted by the colonial government. जो ये Government of India Act था, it was enforced by the colonial government. So the electorate that elected the provincial bodies had expanded over the years. And the legislature elected under the 1935 Act operated within the framework of colonial rule and were responsible to the governor appointed by the British. Whether तब जो भी डेवलपमेंट्स हो रही थी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डेवलपमेंट, it was means we feel like that it was just a step towards the independence, step towards the final constituent assembly. The vision that Nehru was trying to outline on 13 December 1946 was of the constitution of an independent sovereign Republic of India. But beta, the Constituent Assembly that was formed on 13 December 1946, its clear vision was for independent sovereign Republic of India, because till that time there was no doubt that British had to quit India. So beta, this was the topic for today. Hope all of you have understood the topic. Thank you and have a nice day.